What if I told you a king once killed a child's spirits, only to die by the same destiny he tried to destroy? What if I told you the sound that ended the throne was not a sword, but a drum? This is the story of the boy the forest refused to let die. 40 years before King Garole fell, the blind Ifa priest Babalawo Aremu Ngele cast his divination before the throne. The palace was silent. Palm nuts scattered across sacred wood. His voice trembled. A child will rise from dust, not born to power, not raised in wealth. From blood and fire he will rise. His drum will command men, and when it enters this palace, your crown will not survive it. The king laughed, but that night he did not sleep. In the poorest part of the kingdom, a child was born, Kolade. His parents owned nothing but dignity. When he was 4 years old, soldiers stormed their settlement over tribute taxes demanded by King Arule. His father begged, his mother shielded him. Both were cut down. That was the king's first unseen offense against a child. Kolade ran into the forest barefoot, through thorns, through darkness, through cliff. He ran until his voice disappeared. He should have died, but destiny had other plan. An old wandering drummer found him, Abasan Kotoku. The old man had no family, only a drum carved from ancient Iroko wood. He lifted the trembling boy and said, "If death did not take you, rhythm will raise you." Years passed. The forest became his classroom. Pain became discipline. Silence became strength, and the boy learned to speak through rhythm. When the old man felt death approaching, he called Kolade close. Beside him lay two sacred objects, a talking drum and a carved wounding staff. He whispered, "This drum speaks to warriors and spirits. This staff controls chaos. Strike it upon the heart, and you can calm war on awakenings." That night, the old man died, and the forest tested the boy. Bandits surrounded the hut. Certain he was alone. Certain he was weak. Kolade stepped outside. He did not beg. He lifted the drum. He struck it. Soft, slow, ancient. The wind shifted. He struck the staff against the heart. Once, the ground trembled. From the shadows, masked warrior spirits emerged. Tall, silent, terrifying. The bandits dropped their weapons. They ran without turning back. When villagers arrived, the spirits were gone. Only Kolade stood there. The forest no longer hid him, it announced him. When Kolade returned to his hometown, people felt it before they saw it. At the harvest festival, he played, and something ancient awakened in the crowd. Princess Adewumi saw him, not just a drummer, a survivor, a man untouched by fear. She fell in love. Openly, the kingdom whispered, the king watched, and remembered the prophecy. As their love grew, King Arule stopped sleeping, and you must know, he did not inherit the throne peacefully. He took it. He overthrew his elder brother in a midnight coup. The river behind the palace ran red for 3 days. He raised tribute taxes beyond ruin. Villages that delayed payments lost their sons. Rebels were displaced in the marketplace. He was respected. He was powerful, but he was never loved. And fear is a lonely crown. At night, He had drums that were not there. Boom, boom, boom. Phantom rhythms echoing destiny. He ordered guides, visited shrines in secret, demanded priests reverse prophecy. They refused. One night, he shouted into the darkness, I killed my brother for this throne. I buried rebels for this crown. I will not lose it to a drummer. Fear was eating him alive. And when fear sits on a throne, wisdom lives. He forbade the princess from seeing Kolade, but she stood firm. I love him. And for the first time in years, King Arule felt powerless. So he chose the language he understood best, elimination. He sent for Kolade under the banner of peace, but inside his royal staff was a hidden blade. The courtyard was full. The king embraced him, smiled, and whispered, You should have died with your parent alone. But destiny does not kill, fear does. The king slept. The blade pierced his own chest. Silence swallowed the palace. The prophecy did not shout, it fulfilled itself. Whispers spread. Some called it accident, some called it revenge. Kolade understood something heavy. Even innocence can start a war. So before blood flooded the street, he left. He fled into exile, leaving behind the woman he loved. 2 years later, a neighboring empire marched towards the gate. The kingdom fractured. Soldiers panicked. Fear ruled again, and someone finally said, Call the man whose drum commands men. They found him. He returned. On the battlefield, he did not draw his sword first. He struck the drum. Broken soldiers moved as one. When the enemy charged, he struck the staff upon the heart. The ground echoed like a thunder. Confusion spread among invaders. By sunrise, the war was over. He returned not as conqueror, but as protector. Princess Adewumi ran to him. Love had survived this time, but scars remained. Her father was gone. His parents were gone. Destiny had cost them both. The boy who ran into the forest became the man who commanded spirit. The king who ruled by fear was destroyed by it. And sometimes the sound that ends a throne is not a war.